Did you see the black man that's Scottish? Did
Mm-mm.
you not see?
No.
Somebody sent me the video. I'm gonna find this into you. Like legit, born and raised in Scotland. I was like, I didn't know we had cousins
I
over
can
there.
see that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that. I was shocked. And he sounds like, what's that Disney movie, Brave? He sounds like the daddy from Brave. Like like legit a Scottish accent. Like
Mm.
I was so shocked earlier today. I was like,
Yeah, it's like the girl when I found out this one girl that was running last year in the Olympics, she was Irish. It was a black girl, lace front, the whole thing. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I would like research on that. Like how did we get I mean the
Mm,
answer is probably going to be slavery.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that I mean like
There's
I would like more details or more like what how, you know?
there's a lot. So like I think either in it was definitely in my grandfather's bloodline because he has like so where he's from in St. Elizabeth, which is like the parish in Jamaica, they're mix up a lot of them. So there's like a German town, and then there's a lot of like different settlers outside of like Chinese, Indian, German. There's also
Ah,
a bit of Irish and Scottish somewhere.
okay.
I'm not sure which one. He don't even know. I asked him because I feel like he switches it up every time. But it's one of them, and then he said there's also like some Cuban. Like his
Wow.
father went to Cuba to work as well. So like there's some I gotta look into it more actually. But
Wow.
there
I would
is
really like to
something.
I would like more information on that. I know I was looking up um like Black Irish people, but apparently like Black Irish is a derogatory thing, whereas I'm looking it
Mm.
up as if to say like African Irish people. You get
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
Mm-hmm.
whenever I've tried to Google it, I didn't find what I was looking for necessarily. I found like all of this other stuff. But it's just I don't know where I would see a Black Scottish person, right? But like
Yeah.
other than the internet, but it was so like I was like, this
Yeah.
feels weird. Like this feels
No,
weird.
it does feel weird. I'm trying to think because there is like a lot of mix up in the Caribbean when it comes to that.
Right.
Like there's a lot of Dutch islands, of course. But yeah, I have to think. I'm gonna look into that. I have to like go into like ask my mom just to like clarify that and stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was attracted. I was very attracted because I was like, I don't even know what he's saying for real,
hmm
but oh my God.
Sounds like gibber. And another thing is like obviously like for instance with my mom's side of the family like she like my grandparents left to go to England to work. And similar to my mom, once her grandmother passed away, she went to England and lived there. And so, like, my uncles and my aunt were all born in England, but they've also, when they lived there, they would venture over to like Wales,
Oh, I see,
Scotland,
I see,
those
I see, I see,
places.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, like,
And
that's
then people just grow
also,
roots from there. That
hmm
makes sense. I just
yeah.
it's just not I don't think my mind ever considered, right?
hmm
Because the representation that you see for Scotland is white
Yeah, it's
man in a
just
skirt.
them.
I'm sorry, I know
hmm
it's called a kilt, but you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
but
It is a bit jarring
I was
sometimes because
like,
you're
what?
like, where did this come from? Like English accent you can get down with. Now Australian you can kind of be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but like I don't think I've even seen a black person from Australia. I've seen other races. I mean, Aboriginal people, but
I have seen
not
there's a
not like us.
not
You get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, no, there's a girl. There's actually two girls that I followed in the inception of TikTok.
Oh yeah. No, but what's her name from YouTube? But she wasn't
Yeah,
originally
she
from
was
Australia,
she
was she?
yes, she was. She had to act like a whole
Was
Australian
it Nikki?
accent. Yeah, I feel like she really was from Australia.
Okay. I don't know why I placed her being from somewhere else and like moved there.
Yeah, well, like what I'm finding, she probably was born in one of like an African country and then
Uh-huh.
moved there. Like another girl I follow, she was from Rwanda. Like she was born in Rwanda and then they moved to Australia. How they got to Australia? Like of all places. But that's how,
Huh.
and then she has a strong Australian accent. Like, and they'd be like, they would harass her in
Well,
the
what year
comments.
was, like, depending on how old she was, what year was that movie, Hotel Rwanda? When all of that happened, could that be,
Oh,
depending
yeah.
on what year that was, people could have migrated in different directions, right? War could easily land you in,
Yeah. Oh, that was 2004. Yeah. I wonder, I think she was pretty young. Yeah, that
like,
lines up
depending
too.
on her,
Yeah.
like war could, whatever. And if her parents were wanting to settle
Mhm.
somewhere and they knew people or had family that left to Australia because of whatever. Okay, that makes sense now. I was
Yeah.
taken aback by the
It
big,
is
strong,
strange.
strapping
Hmm.
Scottish black man that I was like, I said to my mom, I was like, he feels like he should be a part of a Twilight Zone episode or something. Like that was so
Hmm.
I felt like I had walked up on an alien or something. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. No, it's very strange because like I said, when I saw that black girl that was running in the Olympics, I was
Hmm.
like, yo, like that's crazy. Like she was Irish, and I was like, wow, that's interesting. But I was like, yeah, y'all do exist out there. It's just like speaking of which, I was watching this show called Dating Abroad. It's like
We need to start to we need to welcome. I am Shelby,
Jess.
and this is the League of Extraordinary Readers. Because had I let her continue,
No, I'm still gonna continue in my little segment. I'm gonna tell you the story about Black Girl in Ireland.
the intro would have been 30 minutes long just now. Because my friend was, y'all could see in her eyes, she
I
was
was
about to
about to
get
get
it.
in. Yes.
Um, Church announcements. Just has bookmarks on sale. I
Yes.
need y'all to go buy the bookmarks. They're really cute. I don't, mine is actually in one of the books that I'm reading, so I can't even show it to you, but
Hmm.
y'all go buy bookmarks,
Yes.
okay?
They'll be like when we're recording this, they should be live tomorrow on Friday.
Yeah, so
So
by Tuesday,
yeah.
you'll be fine.
Hmm.
Um, Anything else other than that?
No, we don't. Oh, next week we are discussing firstborn daughters.
Yes, my book is right there.
Yes. Yeah.
And every time I go in the living room to sit down, I'll be like, where the hell did I put that book? And then I sit right here and I say, oh, it's right over my
It's
shoulder.
right there. Yeah. Yes. We are discussing that earlier because we have a special guest at the end of the month. So
Ew.
you will be in for a treat. But yes, get ready for that.
Okay.
Firstborn daughters.
And then the Rwanda genocide happened in 1994. So
Okay. Yeah.
that could be a cause for a lot of whatever. But okay,
Yeah.
how was
Yeah,
your
that makes
week?
sense.
And tell me what you were telling me.
Um, okay, my week was good. It was pretty chill, I would say so. Friday I went to Getting Grown podcast live recording podcast. Well, I don't think they were a live recording, but it's a live podcast.
Yeah.
It was excellent. They talked about community. It was at the Walk Good Yard. If you guys are in LA and if you've been to the Walk Good Yard, it's really a nice space. So Walk
Okay.
Good Yard is by Cheryl Lee Ralph's son and daughter, Etienne, and
Yes.
what's her name? What's the
I
Ivy?
yes.
Yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah. And her,
seen
yeah.
like bits of them like on
Hmm.
social media and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It's really a beautiful they have like one of the best views. First of all, that parking is terrible, but they have one of the best views I have ever seen. Like when you're in I have to go back for yoga, but when you're in the space,
Uh-huh.
Taikia and
Jade.
whatchamacallit, Jade. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. They were in the front. You could see the sunset and the whole entire view of
Oh, I
LA.
love
Like
that.
it was so beautiful. I wish I could like get it better, but it was backlit, so it was hard to
Okay.
like get that. But gorgeous, like just beautiful. At first, I thought it wasn't gonna be many people, but then I remember it's Friday night and parking is hard and it's at 6 o'clock. Well, it starts at 7, but they told you to get there at
They're at
6.
6. Okay.
So people started trickling. It was an amazing turnout, honestly. It was a great, it reminded me like I'm like trying to figure out who's Kia and who's Jade between both of us because we swap certain things and do like it's just so
I
interesting.
I love Takia. She is actually friends with one of my close friends, and like she is just so freaking cool. Like I remember when
Yeah.
Takia still had her YouTube channel, and like she is such an inspiration. She's a part of the reason why I keep my nails so long all the time, because
Yes. I was
Takia
looking
was the
at nails.
introduction
Hmm.
of me realizing that I can show up and still be deemed intelligent with my ghetto ass
Hmm.
nails, like that I don't have to compromise just to make other people feel better or whatever the case may be. There was a bit where like when her brother first passed away, I did have to unfollow her for a little while because she was making me sad. It was like I was already sad for my
Yeah.
own bits of life, and watching
Hmm.
her, like it was very hard for me to be like, Taki, I got to separate us, girl. Because
Yeah, yeah.
like I had to, because it's,
It was a
but
lot. It was
she's
a lot at the
so,
time. Yeah.
yeah, but she's so
Mhm.
down to earth, like very
Yeah.
intelligent. Same with Jade. Like I've seen Jade in passing in the city. I've seen both of them in passing in the city because I live here.
Hmm.
But I love their whole little friend group.
Yeah, it's great. Jade, unfortunately, she lost her grandmother.
Oh,
So she had to go to the funeral the next day. So she was like, this is really uplifting me as we're talking about community. Takia was like, really, it was just such a really nice. I was like, wow, this is taking me back to college, undergrad, because I used to listen to all three of them. I
hmm.
would start with Friend Zone, then I would start with Getting Done Next is Getting Grown, and then The Read, and then just rotate. I would listen to Jaden XD every now and then. But they were talking about I would never watch any of the shows they watched,
Oh yeah.
surprisingly. So,
XD, Xavier is very niche. He's a very
mhm.
he's one of those people, like you either get his sense of humor or you do not.
Yeah.
So I can see the vision for that because I didn't always listen to them, but I still follow him on like threads,
Hmm.
when I still had a Twitter on Twitter. And
Same.
like I feel like that's his better medium for me.
Yes, yes,
For
yes.
me.
Same, same. I
Okay.
liked him on those platforms as well because I couldn't get into like, yeah, like you were
Because he
saying.
has he talks like Daria. Remember that show?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That's what
Yes,
Xavier is.
yes.
He talks like
Hmm.
Daria, and that will it puts me to sleep. Like my mind doesn't process that, and it's not
Hmm.
because his content is not interesting. It's because his voice is monotone,
Yes.
and
No,
there's
you're
no
absolutely
like
right. Yeah.
there isn't any real inflection in his voice.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was good. Then I started 75 hard-ish. That's been going okay so far. I've been like enjoying getting into a routine. It has set me back up so I can reach my reading goals better. I can reach just various goals just better, just being in a better routine. So let's cross his fingers I make it to 75. It's right before my birthday too. Like right. I think it's the day before. Like
okay,
literally. So that's good. And then I went to Trey Johnson's book release, Black Genius, Rashid Newsom. He's author of The Government, My Government Means to Kill Me. He was an excellent moderator, excellent like discussion about being a black genius and just the things that go into it, like intellectualism and black intellectualism, what that looks like. Um, what else did I do?
I don't
I
know,
feel
friend. I'm
like there
proud of
was,
you for starting 75 hard. I
yeah.
too am supposed to be on that journey, but my heart, my body said no.
You just gotta
Got
listen to
to
your body.
listen.
Listen, you gotta listen. You gotta listen. And you will start it again, but you gotta listen to your body. She
Yeah,
is
my
on
body was like,
timeout, y'all.
listen, my body said, no, thank you. And I was like, but wait, but we can do it. And my body said, no,
No.
heifer,
Mm-mm,
that
mm-mm.
down in there.
It's
So
okay.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. It is it's not as bad because these are routines that I had before. I just
Okay.
need to break the bad habits of being on my phone. Like I'm not scrolling endlessly. Like this week I've been very good about not scrolling endlessly, getting the things done without like freaking out or like just getting up, starting my day on a better note of reading, doing a devotional, all the thing, and just going about my day. Instead
Okay.
of looking y'all at y'all's threads to start off my day. So
Yeah, I that's something that I want to do too, because I found myself saying, well, maybe the people are right. Maybe it is really hard to read a lot. And I was like, oh no, bitch,
no, it's
you
not.
just been on your phone too much. Just
No,
like
you just
I've
been
been
on
scrolling too much.
exactly no, like legit. I had to sit here because I was like, I would used to be flying through books better than this. What are we doing? My attention
Right.
span is bad, but I finished two books. I finished People Like Us and Dread Nation. And then I'm almost done with The Ghost of Gwendolyn Montgomery. That's what happens when you put down that phone, because you can get through these books, okay? But okay, so People Like Us. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. People Like Us by Jason Mott, just so y'all know. I'm not gonna lie. Mm, It was starting off good, but it's satire and humor. That's what drew me in from the jump. But I personally don't know if I enjoyed this entirely. When I got to the end, I was like, and I kept it up because I was in a buddy read and she been left me in the dust and she said it was good. So I was like, okay, I'm trying, girl. I'm trying to see the vision. It's a lot. It was a lot going on.
Okay.
Maybe I just wasn't in the mood anymore because like it just got to a point. So basically, it is two POVs. One's gonna be faux Jason, kind of like it's a semi-autobiographical type of book, and then the other one's gonna be another dude, and it's back and forth, back and forth. And it took me a minute to distinguish the voices. So
Were you listening or were you reading?
I was reading, so I definitely, if I had picked up on it, it's not explicitly saying this is like this person, that person. It just is, it's very clever in that way of like it has the person, like it has at the start of each book, at if you have the book handy, I don't have it, but at the start of each chapter, it has like a little head that starts off with okay, this is this person and this is this person. It's like this
Mm,
way, this way. It's kind of
okay,
clever
okay,
in the
okay, okay.
design, but there's no title, there's no, you just have to figure it out. So I guess my recommendation would be listen to it so you can distinguish those voices.
Or like
And then
immersively read it.
mm-hmm. And
Okay.
then B, I think it's very niche and very, it's also what I found out. It is kind of a sequel to the first book he wrote. But it's not like you need to read that book. But
So
me
like a sister
personally,
book, like how
y- um,
Deshaun Charles Winslow.
yeah, I would say sister book. That's what it is giving. That's what they
Your
saying.
face is saying
Some of these kids, I might be slow. I might be
your
slow,
face is
guys.
like
I don't know, cause like they were saying like I was reading reviews and they're like, yeah, some of these characters are in the other book. I feel like it is kind of like Deshaun Charles Winslow type of vibe, but like his books stand alone so well that you don't need it. Maybe it
right.
just went
Okay.
over my head too fast. I don't know. I can't even pinpoint. But personally for me, it wasn't for me. I
Okay.
I'll leave that up to y'all. But I do want to try and read Hell of a Book because that won the National Book Award. And that's
Hmm.
what this book is based upon, like the aftermath of that, in a sense.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And that's where the autobiographical standpoint comes in.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try. I put it on
Okay.
hold on Libby, and I'm gonna listen to it. I'm waiting for it to come in.
I'm going to the library this weekend to get a new library card so that I
hmm
can actually use it,
Yes.
especially now that I have my whatchamacallit.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, that one was all right. Dread Nation, though, was good. I enjoyed that. It was a great historical fiction, very engaging. I would say when we rate historical fictions, I would say it's also a starter historical fiction, but
Okay.
it's excellent. I think it is. It's one of those, you know how we talk about how there's not a lot of like there's different slave narratives or how we see our ancestors. This
Hmm.
is one that puts our ancestors in a light, and it got zombies. Very
Oh, you
interesting.
know, I like me a creature.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I like this. This is cool. So I'm gonna read the second one. I gotta put that one on hold soon. Yeah, so I don't forget what happened in the first one and just drift off. Because I do that a lot. So I'm gonna put that on hold soon. And then Capadonna. I think I was just getting out of this weird space of like a reading slump, and
Okay.
that's what fell to the wayside. So um
Did you read it at all?
Kendra,
Did you get to the scene where he mashed that boy's face into the
I'm only at the no, I'm not even there. I'm like, I know he's warming up because I feel like it's like literally like you could see the same tendencies as Capone, but even worse. Like he's really intense. Like Capone was
Capone
intense.
has Capone has decorum. Capone
Yes,
has like a moral compass. Capadonna doesn't care about anything.
and he's Muslim. Oh, that's all y'all needed to tell me from the jump. He's
He
out of
don't care about
there.
nothing.
He's crazy.
Yeah, he don't care about nothing.
I don't mean that in an offensive way, y'all. Like, not saying, but like when niggas go to prison and they
It's
get they become
actually very
Muslim, you know.
it's
Like,
interesting that you say that because I have a family friend that's like a brother to me. His name is Akbar. He's Muslim. And Akbar also can fight. Like there's something about Muslim men that's very that's yeah.
yeah, they so where I'm at is what's her name? Aliyah? What's her name? Aliyah?
Alea.
Aliyah, there we go. Um, she's taking up grow no, she was trying to pay for her laundry
Ah,
and
okay.
he came and all this other stuff. And then Kendra is trying to figure out why Capadonna was not trying to sleep with her, all this other stuff. So that's where I'm at. So I'm like,
When he was
okay,
sitting in that apartment in the dark, glasses on, reading that magazine like an asshole. What are you doing?
yeah,
What
it's
are you doing?
so much going on. He's so
And she gonna
intense.
say, since when you since when you wear glasses, girl, he can't see whatever. Sure. You're in danger, friend.
Yeah, so I'm gonna dedicate more of my time to that. Then I started Make Your Way Home.
Yes.
Then,
Ain't that first story? Woo! Woo! Woo, baby.
when she opened with
Oh,
Jasmine Ward, I said, "Oh, we're
I
in for
did
a treat."
I said, oh, I make your way home. I'm here already.
I didn't even. She sold me.
I'm amongst my people.
This is
Yes,
it,
yes,
yo.
yes,
Whew,
friend.
that's
You,
some good reading
yeah, I
already.
listen.
Yeah,
That first
yeah.
story, I was like,
And you like this is how you start off, and this is her first novel, right?
this is her first book. Yes, I said, oh, we're starting like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What,
She has a great future in writing.
bro,
Great, bright. It's
bro?
bright.
We gotta have her
Um,
on the pod because I
yeah, we
like
gotta talk. We gotta talk about it.
we
Mm-hmm.
have to talk about it, like story by story. We have to discuss it because
Yeah.
that. Oh my God!
I'm gonna
And
take
you
my
know what?
time with it too. Mm-hmm.
I realized yesterday at the book event that I went to, the author was talking about how short story collections they get paid less for short stories. Yeah,
That's
and they're
so
harder to
messed
sell. And
up.
like she was saying all of this stuff, which is why I'll explain a little bit more, but she was like, that's why she went the route that she went because they were offering her more money for a novel versus a collection of short stories.
That's so messed up because it's like, okay, it's short, but like if it's 302 pages, that's not short. That's a
Yeah, but
full
I don't
length
think it's a
novel.
length thing. I don't think it's about the length as much as it is like they just don't want a collection of short stories for whatever, like they don't sell as well. I know for me personally,
Oh
I
yeah,
it's
you did say you
rare
agree.
it's rare that I will pick up a collection of short stories, right? Make Your
Mm.
Way Home was
Hmm.
a like if I don't already know who the author is, it's rare that I'm picking up a collection of short stories. So like I read Latoya Watkins' Holler Child because I already had built I was already a
Hmm.
fan. So I knew what I was going into. And the connecting line for Holler Child was very distinct, right? The same way that you'll see
Hmm.
it is in Make Your Way Home. But it's like I'm not it's rare that I pick up a collection of short stories, and I think that's like everybody, like I know you like short stories, but I think that's more common than it's not, that people are not just going to.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because like if I think about it, all the short stories I really enjoy, they don't get much love.
Yeah,
Like,
because I think
unless it's like The Secret Lives of Church Ladies
right,
is one that everybody just like eats up and always talks about.
right.
But
I need to go get that. I need a copy of that.
oh yeah, you do. You need that in your arsenal. Like I'll talk about Everything Inside by Edwidge Dainty Cat,
Dancing
and
cat.
that one a lot of people don't like. Some people it's very niche. Like some people like it, some people
Yeah, I
don't.
feel like
Or not don't like it, but they know about it. That's the better word.
I think a collection of short stories is a lot more elevated than people think. I think it
Mm-hmm.
takes a certain type of talent. And I think for people
Mm-hmm.
that are casual readers, right? They don't see the vision in what it takes to make or to write a collection of short stories, right?
Yeah,
Or like, I think it's a niche thing.
it is
I
niche.
I think it's very niche. But something
Mm-hmm.
like Make Your Way Home she needs an award for that. That is good
Mm-hmm.
fucking writing, right? And I think a part of me, well, no, I think I appreciate that her first book is a collection of short stories because you can see the vision, right? Like you can see the art,
Mm-hmm.
you can see it. Because with Latoya Watkins, Parish is a hell of a book, right? But I
Mm-hmm.
think Parish went over a lot of people's heads. I
Oh
think
yeah.
if they had looked to the left, they would see the point flying right on past them. And I think
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of people would have appreciated Parish more had they read Holler Child first.
Yeah, I think for her, well, for us, it was smart because, like, for you, that is not necessarily a short story reader. Her novel pulled you in, and you're like, I'm going to pick up her short
Right,
stories. But, like you said, her short stories, probably switching it. Well, now that she has it out, you can say, like, short stories first, then
right. Read those
Parish.
first, then Parish. Like
Yeah,
I
so,
feel like
like,
the
it's
short
stuff like that.
stories
Hmm.
inform her work.
Oh, yeah, they definitely do. It's very spot on. Yeah, no. I think like all of the short stories I've read, they're all solid. My top ones would be Everything Inside, Church Lady, The Secret Lives of Church Ladies, Holler Child. I do enjoy Dearborn. I don't think it gets enough praise. That was one we enjoyed that in the Dearborn by Hassan something. I
I
don't
can
know.
see the cover in my mind, but I don't think I read
Yeah.
that one. I think I
It's
have it though.
It's an Arab American. It's about an Arab American stories, and it's based in Dearborn, Michigan. Very niche. It's a very big Arabic community there. All this other stuff, and it just has a lot of stories, and I feel like it's really interesting. I enjoyed it. Um, there's a lot of great short stories out here, but they, like you said, there are ones that like Make Your Way Home, Holler Child. You can read those and be like, I'm satisfied with each story and not yearning for more. I think that's also another thing that people just don't like. It's like, I want more, and sometimes there's no more.
Because The other one, Neighbors by Diane Oliver, that's a good collection of short stories that I really
I
enjoyed.
might know the neighbors
Oh,
by Diane. Oh, I see. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I remember that one. Oh,
yeah. And
yes, I
I'm
need to
I'm
get that
lucky.
one.
I was able to I still have my book of the month
Mm-hmm.
subscription, so I have a hardcover of this and a paperback already.
Oh yeah, I need to get that one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't think
Yeah.
they put these out in I don't think they released it in hardcover. I think the hardcover only went to book of the month. So
Okay. Yeah. But no, really excellent uh compilation. And then the Ghost of Gwendolyn Montgomery. They was he really hunching a ghost?
yes, okay. He's really hunching on Papa Legba. And I okay, so
It was
y'all know
really, I was like, am
y'all
I
know
hearing this right?
y'all know that I am a witchy adjacent and one of my very close friends, he also is witchy too or whatever. So he's someone
Mhm.
that I like I will have certain conversations with him. And I called him and I was like, Justin, why this character is humping on Papa Legba. He was like, I don't think I was like, that's what I said. I was like, and I don't know nobody else that's gonna like really relate to what I'm saying when I say this is not a good idea. He was like, yeah, no, I don't think that's so.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is very very fascinating.
And then
And
the
it
when
came
he
up
talks about
so slide too.
yes, but when he talks about like him being scruffy and the hair or whatever,
Hmm.
that made me laugh so hard because I was like, now that I think about it, every woo-woo bitch I know got hair down to their ankles or dreads or a wisdom
Hmm.
lock or something.
Hmm.
So not no.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's good so far. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it's a really I'm excited for Legacy Lit because this is their first like novel out of there, and
Mhm.
this is an excellent novel to be like out with for that
I agree.
imprint. So really good so far. And I think that's it for reading. TV, I will wrap this up with what I was saying before. I
Yes,
was
please.
watching whatever, it was something abroad, some new television show they trying to make like 90 Day Fiance, but for matchmaking. So I put it on as background noise to read.
Okay.
And this black girl, she's from Texas, and she wants to move to Ireland or find a man in Ireland. Like when I tell you like very black, black, like super black, like nothing can turn down that blackness.
Okay.
And she went to Ireland and she was, getting her groove on with some people, but then like she met this one guy and he was really cool. And he brings her to the home and they were like, because her hair is big, and they were like, you remind us of that one singer with all that hair. She was like, so what they gonna say? He was like, Diana Ross. Yeah, Diana Ross. She don't look nothing like Diana Ross. And I was
Yeah, do y'all
like,
see why I was like, let's just start the episode? Do y'all see? Do y'all see why?
yo, she looks nothing.
This is as bad. The show that I could tell y'all about, I was in here crying the other night.
Yeah, it's like it's so bad. And another guy, quickly,
Mhm.
Colombia. He went to Colombia to look for a
Okay.
woman. This man is mad. When I tell you picky, like, you can have your preferences, but he is picky, like
Oh, his
to the
program
point,
strict, huh?
no, like strict. Like he cut off the date when he heard this one lady's voice. He was like, it's done. He don't like brunettes. He don't like this. He don't want the girl's hair to be long. I mean, he doesn't want it to be short. He wants it to be long because it's prehistoric and all this like weird,
What he look
weird.
like?
A regular white man from Florida.
It's always them. It's always somebody that look the way that they look.
Just regular. So the
It's always.
matchmaker, he giving this matchmaker hell. He's like, you not listening to what I'm saying. Da da da. So she put him on a blind date. Blind date. and he didn't like none of the ladies. Not one. Like not a blind date. Like no, like literally a blind date actually. Blindfolded. Can't see nothing. Cause she was like, you don't need to see anything because you're turning down valuable women by just little things. He didn't match with none of the women that he was blindfolded with. I said, wow, that's crazy. And now he's like, I spent all this money to come out here, da, da, da. Like you're not doing your job, and you hate me, and all this other. I was like, oh, okay, you know what?
There you
But
go.
yeah,
They always show themselves. That's why he's single.
yeah. So that's that. But I was like, the Irish one was killing me because he was all into her, and then his family asked her that, and she was like, her. She kind of likes him still, like she's still into him. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah.
I
But
mean, I feel
anyway,
like that might be something that they could like work through because they probably don't have
they don't see no
any
black
reference. Right. They
people.
don't see any black
Yeah.
people. That's probably literally the only reference that they have. So as long
Yeah.
as they weren't being like that also was I think we forget like the way that people connect is on common ground.
Mm-hmm.
And like that was probably their way of trying to like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Like
I,
open the floor up. Like we're not
yeah, like
weird.
we're not
Like
weird. We know things about
yeah.
colors, you know.
Yeah, that type of thing. So yeah. Yeah. But yeah, how was your week?
Um, a blur. I had doctor's appointments at the
Mm-hmm.
top half of the week. They changed one of my meds, so I've been sleeping a lot.
Cheaping
Um,
out, y'all.
and not even a sleep that I can control. Like I'd be awake and then I don't. And all in one motion. So adjusting to new meds. I did finish 3 books this week. I finished, why can't I think of the name of oh, Red Clay. So Red Clay I got
Mm-hmm.
on my Kobo because I am now a Kobo Libra Color owner, which I absolutely love. I don't even have it in here with me. It's in the living room, but I absolutely love it. And Red Clay was included in their Kobo Plus
Mm-hmm.
subscription, which is their equivalent to Kindle Unlimited. Very, very good. I did switch to the audiobook for that because I needed it to hurry up. Like I needed to get through it faster because it was
Yeah.
getting good quick. And I think
Mm-hmm.
this is a very good like beginner historical fiction because it's not super heavy, but it is having an underlying conversation just about race. So the writing, I need to look up and see if this is his debut because the way he started the story was at a funeral um
Mm-hmm.
from the perspective of the granddaughter of the man that passed away. And I thought since we go into a flashback that she was going to have some bigger like connection to the story and she was just the vessel, and I felt like that was unnecessary. Like it kind of set the
Mm-hmm.
story up for it to be about something else, but the overall story was very good.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
did that, and then because I be bored and I be clicking on buttons, I found a book called A Virgin Surrogate and an Underboss,
Oh yeah, you were
and
telling
I
me about
read the
that one.
first 2 books in that series. There's one more. I don't know if I'm gonna read the third one or not. It's a mess. A girl is single and she's a virgin, but she wants a child, so she goes through the process to be inseminated. She's gonna do this by herself. She does not tell her family about it because she knows that they're gonna call her crazy. And I mean valid.
Mm-hmm.
We also meet this soon to be boss of the mafia. He is Italian and black. His dad is full Italian. His mama is black. And he is supposed to be next in line to take over the family business. His father said in order to do that, like they do in most books like this, you have to be married and have an heir in order to prove that you can run the business or whatever. So he is against like loving anybody for real. He doesn't want to be in a relationship. It's some girl that he fucking that he was like, I'm gonna take her down to the doctor's office, get her
Mm-hmm.
inseminated. Um, so that boom, there goes my heir. and my daddy will get off my back. How about the doctor? It's the same doctor's office, and they put his sperm into old girl, Pre, the main
Mm.
character. So he kidnaps her, and it's like, you gonna sign this contract when you give birth to the baby, I'm gonna take it and you can go on about your business. I give you $1 million. She was like, I guess we just gonna be sitting in this room because I want my baby. And it kind of goes from there. There is like some side stories with her siblings and family stuff or whatever. Stuff with his family. His grandmother is hell on wheels.
Mm.
And niggas love their granny.
Mm-hmm.
So it's entertaining. I don't know if I'm gonna read the third one because it's just, you gotta take a break with books like that, and it follows a pattern that I'm like, okay, I'm figuring things out too quickly. It's not as entertaining. But he crazy. He drove a car, not his car. He went to the neighbor's house, bought the neighbor's pickup truck and
Mm.
drove it through the front of her house because he said, I want you to move in with me. And she was like, I have a house already. I'm gonna live at my house. And we could like work up to that. And he drove it through the front of her house and said, well, now you don't have a home anymore. And
Where
I
do
guess
we?
that's the way to get things done.
Yeah. I mean, take it upon yourself. I love the initiation.
I
Side
so
note,
uh-huh.
Red Clay, that is his first book. He's a journalist. Older black man.
Okay, him being a journalist makes sense to how the story is told then.
Mm-hmm.
It could have something about like if you I want you to read it because I think you'll enjoy it. Like it gets messy in
Mm-hmm.
places or whatever, but there's something about like he introduced this character to us for like nothing, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then the two things that I have going, let's see if I can pull this out of this stack without ruining it. Cursed Daughters.
Oh yes, yes, I just got that
I
too.
am
Mm-hmm.
only a couple of pages in. I'm actually, once we're done recording, I'm actually going to put a dent in this tonight because I need to know what
Okay.
happens. There's a family curse, possibly the reincarnation of someone. I'm very interested in that. And then I'm listening to Midnight Rooms, which um feels like a retelling, but I don't know. It's about a girl named Arabella. She gets married off to this guy in England, 1840, and it's supposed to be creepy or whatever the case may be. So that'll be
Okay.
my audiobook. Um I don't know where that's going, but I knew right away just the writing style that
Mm-hmm.
listening to it was going to be better. So I'm listening to it.
Okay.
Um Last night went to the book event for the Grand Paloma Resort by Clavis Natera. Phenomenal book
Mm-hmm.
event. She talked about um the importance of literature in a time where they are purposely trying to erase history. And it made
Mm-hmm.
me think of the thing that I'm always saying. Y'all so concerned about it being trauma porn that y'all are missing out on the history that you could be learning because you discredit historical fiction and the power of it. So she talks about how the farming of bones by Edwidge Danticat was very informative for her because there was history in it that she had never heard of. And she was like, and when
Mm-hmm.
I go back home to the Dominican Republic and I ask where certain things, where the monuments, where's the museum, whatever, they have no information about it because they also don't know. They don't
That
know.
makes sense because her Edwige's work is so rooted, I think, just across the Caribbean diaspora as well,
Mm-hmm.
that using that to inform, I'm curious to see what and she's very intellectual across the board too.
Yes.
Just in general, like just across the diaspora, like very good. But I'm curious to read The Farming of Bones. I just picked it up
Yeah.
like not too long ago.
She was also saying that like she has no desire to write historical fiction,
Mm-hmm.
Clavis, but she says she understands the importance
Mm-hmm.
of history in a story, right? Like
Yeah.
that history informs the actions of so on and so forth is basically what she was saying. So she was like, there are bits of history in her book.
Hmm.
Um, but she didn't want any like big uh time jumps or
Yeah,
flashbacks or anything like that. So I
that
bought
makes
both
sense.
of her books. Her first book, I don't remember the name of it.
Neruda on the Hill? Neruda something. Hold on, I'm telling
Yeah,
you now.
Naruto something. That sounds familiar. I think I'm gonna put the
Yeah, Neruda on the Park.
Naruto on the Park. Okay, I think I'm gonna put the Grand Paloma next week. I want to read The Catch, Grand Paloma, and Firstborn Girls. I'll probably read Firstborn Girls this
Hmm.
weekend. Um, and then the rest of the week will be The Catch and the Grand Paloma and whatever else
Yeah.
I throw, like a little novella here and there or whatever. But
Yeah.
it really the event it just made me put more emphasis on the thing that I always say. It's important to go to author events. It's important to
Hmm.
hear them speak. It informs their work. It informs like what they want you to know. She also said like, oh, the people like she wrote this book for people that already know certain things, right? So she
Mm.
mentioned she was saying she wrote it with people in mind that already read Edwidge Danticat, right? That are already well read
Mm.
and intellectual and having certain conversations. So she was like, if you get it, it's because I wrote it for you versus the people that don't. Like maybe you will enjoy the book anyway, but there are underlying things in there that
Mm.
she's like, that was intentional. It was on purpose.
I like that. I would definitely be picking that one up. She did have an event here a while back, and I don't know why I didn't make it. I can't remember. It was in July, but um I'm glad you had a good time. Sounds like a good event.
Yeah, it was a very good event, and it was at the local bookstore that I go to all the time, watching booksellers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So yeah, it's funny because every time I walk in there, they're always like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey, y'all." I did get to meet Kim Coleman Foote. She wrote Coleman Hill, which was one of my favorite books. Not last year, the year before, maybe. Phenomenal historical fiction. It really, I feel like if you enjoyed Parish by Latoya Watkins, then you would enjoy
Hmm.
Coleman Hill, because it's that expansive view on family, right? And the decisions that
Hmm.
your family makes and how that impacts every different generation, right? But this one that I would probably read um what's the book about the Great Migration? The nonfiction.
Um, I see
You
it
know what
by
I'm
what's her face? Isabel Wilkerson.
Yes.
I
Okay.
know exactly which one you're talking
I
about.
feel like
That would be a good
a
pairing.
good yes.
Hmm.
Because there is this conversation of like the older generation that remembered slavery didn't want to separate the family. Like they didn't want them
I
to go up north, or wherever they were
Yeah.
going. Whereas the younger generation felt like, how are we
Hmm.
going to expand? We can't expand here in the South. We need to go and branch out. But just that perspective of like the older people understood, or at least the only understanding of separating the family they know is from being sold away from their family and how permanent that is because there's no way
Hmm.
to, that sort of thing. Whereas the younger generation, their focus is just expanding and trying to get money and like trying to build or whatever the case may be. So I think
Hmm.
those books would go well together. But
No, that's good. I like
there were a
that.
few other authors that I met there that Macy Card was there. I've read These Books Are Family. And there was another author, I can't remember her name right now, but um Kim introduced me to her. So it was cool. It's like in one sense, authors are our celebrities, right?
Hmm.
Like I was like Kim knew who I was. Like she came to me and she was like, Shelby, right? And I was like, girl, I still be recommending your book to people,
Hmm.
But at the same time, they just are regular people. Like
Hmm.
they're just, they're amongst your community and you don't even realize it. Like you literally could be sitting next to a Pulitzer Prize winner and you probably would have no idea
You have no
if you're not
idea.
in certain communities,
Hmm.
if you're not doing certain, like if you just don't have certain hobbies, you know?
Oh, also, I saw for California people. they're making similar to how you guys have the Center of Fiction in New York. They're
Mhm.
making a Center of Fiction here in LA.
Really?
Yeah, Roxanne Gay's on the board.
Oh, I
Like,
love that.
it's gonna be
That's
lit.
gonna be, I listen, when I
Yeah.
tell you the Center for Fiction is absolutely amazing, and the things that they do for up and coming authors is phenomenal. Like they are,
Mm, I'm excited. Yeah.
yeah, I got my tickets for Angela Flournoy's
Thank you for reminding. But they haven't released it. I don't think they've released it. I've been stalking the page. I
okay,
don't think they've released it because it's at the library. I'm not trying to say
okay.
too much which library it's at
Right.
because
You know,
y'all
I
know.
got I got my tickets for the Center for Fiction, and that's gonna be one because when we went for Carrie R. Moore and Lawrence Burney,
Mm-hmm.
um, we got there a little late, and this time we
Okay.
leaving the house at like 5:30.
Mm-hmm. Get there right on time.
Get there with some time to spare.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let me see. Wait, I think the tickets. Oh, they're available. Oh my
Oh, I'm so glad I said something
God. They're so
so
available.
that you
Oh
can
my God. Oh wait, it's like, oh, okay. I don't need the book for
oh,
free.
I ordered the ticket with the book. Like, and I'm gonna have
Okay.
two. If you, I'll have two because I got mommy a ticket, but she don't care about a physical copy, so I can always put that physical copy in the mail for you.
I have a physical copy.
You have the
Remember?
art. You don't have the finished one though.
Oh, I don't have the finish. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, do that.
See,
Do
when I
that.
be saying we got
Yeah.
like 3.5 brain cells and we
hmm
gotta rub them together sometime, that's what I mean.
No,
I knew
for
you was
real.
gonna want to finish copy, and I'm probably gonna be able to get it signed for you. So
Do that because I'm not standing in line. Because that line gonna be long. I'm very impatient when it comes to those things. I just,
really,
yeah, I only did it for Jasmine Ward because it's Jasmine Ward. Like, you stand in line for Jasmine Ward. Maybe I'll stand in line for her.
it's Angela Flournoy. Like
I
she might. I
know.
mean, she did 10 years between both her books. So
That's true. Because, like, when is she gonna have another book that comes out? You're right. You're
right,
right. You're right. Hmm.
and it's such a pretty book. Like it's such a pretty book cover. Like why wouldn't you want it?
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have. Well, I'm gonna have my arc. I'm gonna have the um hard copy, and I'm gonna get the audiobook too.
Okay. Yeah. I need to get the. So I'm gonna pick. I think I'm gonna pick that up at the end of the month again, like to read.
Okay. I
Because when
made
I.
it a book club pick for October, so I'm
Oh yeah, you did. Um, because when I picked it up, it was good. It was just, it was one of those slow books. And I know Bridget said it's like very like take your time type of book, and it took her like weeks to finish it.
That's because no tea, no shade. Bridget reads 37 books at the same time.
She do
So
be reading
the
37
the
books.
pacing of the book had nothing to do with the fact that she was reading that and 20,000 other books at the same time. When she screenshotted her story graph one time and I saw how many books she has going at once, I was like, I don't think you and I being friends is cohesive to my mental health because what the fuck is that?
It is so insane. Like I just
And I
like
when
it
I say
just
I
tore
love
my
her,
head
I
up.
love Bridget, but we have to have there you know what does Takia say? You have to make lines because niggas will color all over your page.
No,
We need
for
to teach our
real.
friend how to have lines because
She
she
like
is in fact the nigga coloring all over the page. What is happening?
there's like so many things happening all at once, and I just like I don't know how you do it. Like, how do you read like 15%, like two pages of this page, and then you like I gotta dip in this page, and then I gotta dip in this. I'm gonna pop it open. I love Bridget down.
I love
It
her
just be
down too.
stresses me.
I mean, but
Stresses me
my God,
something
our
bad.
friend,
She really Bridget, but she makes it look cute. I don't know how
she
she
does.
does
She make
it.
it look cute, and she definitely is like our personal Miss Frizzle. Like that's the vibe that she gives.
hmm
But
hmm
my God, today I don't. And then she be, and then on top of all of that, then she be painting murals on her walls in her house. And I'd be like,
Yeah. 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 It's a lot going on in that brain, I'm telling you. Then she do her
it's a lot.
nails. She paint her
Right,
own
her own
nails.
nails. Her own
I
nails.
said, God bless. God bless.
Cause what I tell you, baby, you got to pick a struggle. You got to pick one.
And it's not that for me. I said when I got laid, like the last time I got laid off, I started doing my own nails. And when I found my nail tech, he was like, "Who did your nails?" I said, "Oh, that's all you gotta say ever again to me. I ain't never doing my nails again." I lied to him so bad. Till this day, you don't know I did my own nails.
I hope he find this specific part of the podcast.
Because I'm never doing it. I have a whole kit. I'm never doing it again. I will find the money. I will find
Yeah,
70,
there are just
eighty
certain things.
dollars just to like still look like
Yeah.
I'm not going through it. And I do every single month.
That reminds me when during the pandemic, I tried to wax myself, like I tried to give myself a Brazilian. Never again. I barely survived doing my underarms by myself. Indy had to do it, and she was like, "If you hit me, bitch," I was like, "I'm not gonna hit you." But that one time, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna have to put on a mask, and somebody professional is gonna have to do this because
No, like
I'm
literally.
not. This is
No.
not for me."
Yeah, no, I don't know how she does it, but shout out, she's very talented.
She is.
Just
Our friend is very talented. We love her down. But I'm
yeah.
telling you right now that the pacing of Angela Flournoy's book had nothing to do. Had
You're right,
nothing
you're
to
right.
do.
I
It
tried
had
to
nothing
chuck
to
it
do
up
with
to
it.
that. I
You
was
did. It's okay. Because I started the Turner House and Angela Flournoy just she needs a certain level of attention. Like you just need to be able to she's
focused on
building you
her.
up. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
building you
yeah.
up. And I
Okay.
think I started the Turner House when we were reading a bunch of stuff and whatever the case may be. So it was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
a lot was going on. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
that
excited
was
about that. That's
that
good. I'm
was my
glad you
week.
mentioned that. Okay, good.
I'm glad too. Cause yeah, even if I have to buy you an extra copy, like you'll have a finished copy of what you call it,
Hmm.
because
It's a
I
finished
am the
copy.
book collector. Like
Yeah, yeah, I need to.
I'm planning to buy two more book cards.
I was gonna get a whole entire bookcase.
Yeah, I ain't got space for that.
Yeah, like because since we moved into this spot, it just don't even look right, and my books are like overflowing. Like it's a mess. Like when I make videos, I be hiding things real bad. So I need a case now. I don't need like a shelf. I'm like, damn, I'm at that point in life where I need a case. I was thinking about painting it because I don't like white. Like how
Are the ones from IKEA?
I was thinking about those, but I was looking
If
at ones
you
on Wayfair
design,
too.
oh wait, here. The ones
Hmm.
from IKEA, you're gonna have to. You can't just paint over top of them because the paint will peel off. So you need to like
Sanded.
sand them down. The ones that I have, the black and like wooden looking ones from Amazon, those are good. And I have both versions. Like I have the smaller one that's like two or whatever that functions as my like nightstand
Mm,
and then I have the bigger one.
okay. I'll have a look on
And they hold
Amazon
a lot
too.
of books. I mean, I've got both of them at capacity.
Yeah, yeah, mine are like doing things and I just,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But I feel like if I get two more book
Mm-hmm.
cards, I can
Wrangle it all together, maybe.
yeah, because I have two in the living room and that like did the thing. Maybe three, and I can
Mm-hmm.
sort it out in here because
Yeah, I thought about getting a book cart too because I had one when I was like
mhm,
living home. That's when I had like 3 books.
three books. I know.
Like I wasn't like building upon the collection as bad.
Right.
But yeah, I'll probably get another one.
Yeah, no, I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna do like 3 book carts and uh go from there
Yeah, that works.
and
I
just do a
think
big like
reorganization type of situation.
yeah, because I think I'm going to flip my so instead of y'all having to see my shoe rack, it'll be my books.
Mm-hmm.
Amen. Amen. Um did I tell you my cousin's having a baby?
No.
Yes, we got the invitation for the
Baby shower?
yes,
Oh.
and it's gonna be in Maryland. So I was online looking for a little dress to wear. Because you know, Auntie cousin Shelby, I,
Mm-hmm.
I am the
Mm-hmm.
bad bitch auntie. That is who I am and who I
Mm-hmm.
identify as. So I was looking for a little outfit so that I could, be cute. But
Step in the room. Mm-hmm.
Callie and Jay are basically my brothers. So this is Callie's first kid, and I told him very early on in their relationship, if something happened between you and Ashley, I get Ashley in a divorce. I'm taking her with us. You just gonna have to figure it out. No, I love them. So I'm super excited. Like I'm super
That's
excited.
cute. I'm excited. That's cool.
So, friend, what are we talking about this week?
Today's topic, advocacy,
Hmm.
the pop culture of the week, Samyra and Cardi B.
Really want to know why
Mhm.
every time I roll over real good, Samyra is in something else.
She is. She really is.
And I
Yeah.
don't know, like it's starting to feel like to me that it is a like social media ploy that like
Mhm.
she has realized that a lot of the things that go on the internet that get a lot of attention are the negative things. And it feels like she has
Mhm.
realized like, oh, I can make a mountain out of a molehill and draw in views and likes and follows and so on
Mhm.
and so forth. And I don't like that for her because I don't think that
I
that's a good
don't.
strategy. Like I don't think that
It's
that
not.
makes sense.
And right before we hopped on, I was watching like a video popped up, and basically this girl was like, I love Samyra, but now it's turning into from advocacy to rage bait.
Yes.
And I was like, you know what? That's perfect. For those that are listening and are not familiar with what we're talking about, so basically earlier this week, it was early, maybe it was last week, whenever it was. Cardi B, she has a forthcoming album coming out, and she had merch and she had 3XLs. And when she was on, I think it was X or Twitter Live or whatever they got, Twitter Spaces. She was talking to her fans and she was like, damn, you guys are some big girls because you sold out and y'all sold out the 3Xs. And she was like basically it was in a joking, like her tone was very joking. It was nothing. It was nothing serious. And it was between her fans. And then, people were like laughing at it. Like, it was just whatever. And then here comes Samyra. Then comes this big dark, anyways, then comes this person coming in. You know that sound? Then this ravenous noise comes in, and yeah, no, literally, that's how it came. Because she made like 6 videos
When you
about it.
said that, what popped into my head was the music when what is that? Godzilla is coming? That or like the shark
Yes.
when in that movie did it
Jaws.
did
Literally.
it did.
And this is not like, I feel like what Samira was doing when she first started on the scene was very good work,
Yes.
right? I think it's very like her work was very intentional and it's very true. Big girls definitely the fashion industry needs to expand.
Right.
Um,
Listen, as a big, I still can't really like now that I've lost a
mhm.
lot of weight, I can go in and find things, but like I'm a thicker girl and taller. I still can't go in the store and just grab a pair of jeans.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like Be serious.
Yeah, so it's like these are things that still needs like you need advocacy for this, right? But so she comes in and she's like, Cardi B, you're wrong, or this, you need to read a book, you need to read this, you need to read like about big girls and all this other stuff. In summary, like that's what she was saying. Cardi B was like, you dumb.
This hand is very accurate too. You
Like she was like, it wasn't that serious. Like, girl, just laugh. Like, it was not that serious. It wasn't like she was like, I was just having a conversation with my fans. We were laughing. Everybody was laughing. Like in my culture, everybody gets punked on. Like everybody just like gets
yeah.
pranked. She was like, people make fun of my BBL, but if I like literally took that and internalized it all the time, I would be like very bitter and not a nice person. And she was like, I know my BBL is not the greatest. I will never get another BBL because I have filled out in all the
Right.
places and I know that now. But for you to like come and try to make this bigger than what it is, like you're making it, she was like, I just want to watch ASMR videos, but now all this drama is all over my feed and all this other stuff. She was just like going in about that. So then Samyra then responds again and is like, hey girl, I have come back and recommended some books to you and da 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 da. I think when Cardi responded the last time, that's when people were like, oh my gosh, like she's doing too much, she's doing too much. And Cardi isn't listening. She puts her foot in her mouth. And you said you don't want to read. You want to, but I think people stopped listening after she said, I don't want to read. I want to pay attention to bigger issues in the world, like what's going on with the state of the world, like the Katrina documentary that just came out that I never knew all this information. I'm divulging that, and I'd rather push my energy to that. Found it ironic. She's also from New Orleans, Samyra, so that was also very ironic to me a little bit. But overall, that's pretty much the gist of that. Um, so I'll let you tell your thoughts and I'll tell mine after. Because, you know,
So I think what I'm hearing is a conversation that Jess and I had a few weeks ago about the literacy issue, right? Like, or the anti-intellectualism thing. And I think that there is a group of Black people, people of color that I like to consider the good Blacks that purposely misunderstand people that are smart in ways that they were told are impossible, right?
hmm
Like Samyra very much is one of those girls that has all of these degrees and is book smart and went to school and did that sort of thing. So she feel it, this is just my opinion because I deal with a lot of people like this. They think that they are the pinnacle of intelligence in every room that they walk in, and
hmm
that their way of thinking is the way to go because they have degrees and things to back them up. But I've also watched Samyra use AAVE flawlessly.
hmm
I've watched her navigate her social media and her rooms where she does understand the different meanings of phrases that are used in AAVE. So, where do we draw the line, or where do we make space for our counterparts and our cousins, right? People that look like us, that maybe are street smart and smart in ways that are not societal or acceptable in society. When do we make room for them? Because purposely misunderstanding what Cardi B said is a part that same like white supremacist ideology like issue
hmm
that we are fighting against. And if you want to police us, you can't police us and fight white supremacy,
hmm
right? You can't advocate and bash us.
hmm
Like there isn't space for that. And I think that's why people don't want to go to school. It's not because they don't want to learn, it's because they don't want to end up like that, right? They don't want to end up where they have to lose themselves or be judgmental to people that look and sound like them all for the sake of better.
hmm
Because what does it mean actually, right? Because the same thing that Samyra is advocating for Black women is the or for plus size women is the same thing that she is going against talking to Cardi B.
Hmm.
Like she knew what Cardi B meant. She knew exactly what Cardi B
Yeah.
meant. We all knew what Cardi B meant because we all speak AAVE.
And like for it to be deemed inherently just fat phobic and that's just it without even like taking in like we always
Nuance.
say the internet nuance goes that's where the graveyard for nuances is literally the internet because for me because I asked this in the group chat mind you I'm not a big person right I got a
Mhm.
little meat on me now but I'm not like I'm
She
not
thick, y'all.
but I've never had to like think about like sizes and stuff like that. Like my sister's bigger than me. My mom is also big. And they have always had these like conversations of like my mom has always had these conversations with my sister like, "Hey, you need to this is how we need to shop. This is the things." Like she's giving her like these coaching her basically how to move in the world as a bigger black woman. I asked the group chat, most of them are also bigger, and they're like, "Girl, it ain't ever that deep."
Listen, because when I saw what Cardi B said, I giggled because I could hear her voice, right? I could
Hmm.
hear her tone. I knew that
Hmm.
Cardi B was saying it in that little like evil laugh that she
Hmm.
do, where she was like, "We all big as fuck," like like
Yeah, it was not. And you know what's interesting? Somebody was also pointing out, she's like, the fact that somebody has a merch line with 3XL, like to even have that option is phenomenal because merch lines don't even be going up to probably 3XL. They stop at large.
right,
So it's like, I don't know, like the thing that annoyed me with how Samyra's like approach is like she uses this particular voice to like school somebody like you were saying. And it's like this way to talk down to somebody because I'm an intellectual and I know these things, but like you said, she can literally make these babao songs on TikTok live and form into her New Orleans like culture like flawlessly, right? And it sucks. It sucks because like we were saying also earlier while we were like discussing what to talk about, she like Cardi B has always been authentically herself.
yeah,
No matter what you want to say about her, if you don't like her, if you don't think she's actually black, if you don't think this, that, she has always been who she is since the time that we saw her before even Love and Hip Hop. If you
right,
followed her on Instagram,
right,
this is
right.
not a
This is
facade.
not a facade. Cardi B has flawlessly been able to maintain
Hmm.
herself, her roots without uh like she didn't have to risk herself. And I think people hate that about her. People are like, well, how
Hmm.
come Cardi can still be quote unquote ghetto or whatever and make all this money and do blah blah blah? Yeah, I'd be
Hmm.
mad too. I'd
Yeah,
be
it's
mad too because you had to take the hard way where Cardi was like, nah, I'm gonna keep being myself. I was a stripper.
hmm.
She's told plenty of stories about her mom kicking her and Hennessy out the house because they was doing X, Y, and Z and
Hmm.
family drama down to the point where even as big as Cardi is right now, every time her kids have a birthday party or a family event, she goes on her Instagram stories and is like, if you are related to me, send a
Hmm.
DM so that my people can reach out to you and you can get an invitation.
Hmm.
Cardi B
Well,
is
yeah.
herself.
She
So it's like,
even goes grocery shopping herself
right.
with all security. She goes to the kids' school. She does it all. Like she's a regular mom, which I commend her because as big as she is, I don't think I could do that with that much stardom of how weird people are nowadays. No.
Listen, Cardi B be like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm just leaving the studio. I'm gonna take a nap right fast. And then I'm gonna get up, make sure my babies is good for school, drop them off, come back, go back in the studio, record, travel, do whatever the case may be, and
Hmm.
tend to my man, right? Like, and
Hmm.
tend to my family and whatever the case may be. I just when do we stop purposely misunderstanding our counterparts? When do we stop doing that?
Yeah. And I think the connection with what we're talking about is we see this all the time within books in the book community is like duality. We always say it's like two things could be right, guys. Two things could be true here. And I think what people get stuck on is they want to be right in what they believe is wholeheartedly right. Like they want to
Right.
believe that their opinion is the truth and not an opinion. They believe that is a fact.
It reminds me of, I think I shared this story on here, but there was a guy that I was dealing with, and we were talking about a James Baldwin book. And
Oh yeah, I remember
he
that. Yeah.
did, yeah, because I called Jess. Yeah. But he decided that James Baldwin, what I don't even remember what book we were talking about at the time, but he said that it was trauma porn. And my
uh,
perspective was,
which one was it?
I think it was If Bill Street Could Talk.
Yes, it was not Giovanni's room. It was if
Yeah, no,
Beale
if
Street
it
could
was
talk.
Bill Street
Yeah.
Could Talk.
Yeah.
And he said that it was trauma porn. And I'm like, well, one, I think trauma porn or calling things that make you uncomfortable in books trauma porn is a lack of critical thinking because you can't see outside of your feelings. And if you can't see outside of your feelings, then you're not actually comprehending what's going on, right? It's just your feelings that are
Hmm.
guiding this situation. But and also, um, we have to account for technique and skill, right? Like
Hmm.
James Baldwin wanted us to understand the complexities of blackness and sexuality, right? And what that means and how life experience plays into that. So it would be one thing if he said, "Oh, this character was sexually assaulted when she was younger," to appease y'all and not trigger anybody, right?
Hmm.
But it has more impact when you can see all, like, maybe the sexual assault or the things leading up to it, or you can see how she raised her daughter in a particular way because of the after effects of X, Y,
Hmm.
and Z, right? You're wrong. Oh, I am? Okay, right? And immediately he was like, well, I talk to people, I know people that study James Baldwin. You just read books for fun. You don't have any accreditation to make such blah, 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 blah. So when we read
Go
what's
tell it on
Go Tell It
Mountain.
on Mountain, Roxanne Gay wrote a uh wrote an introduction for that that said exactly what I had said to this person. And I surely did because I blocked that man to hell. But I took a screenshot and underlined it and sent him an email. Here you go. Here's your accreditation. You just want to be right. You don't want to think that somebody that is quote unquote lesser than you, right? You don't want to be able to have that duality. You just want, oh, well, it affected me in this way and it affected others in this way. Okay, cool. It can affect you and still be style and technique.
And I want to emphasize this too. We're not like dismissing quote unquote fat phobia. This is
Right.
a pure instance of feelings versus a fact. The feelings are you feel like she said something so offensive that you took it upon yourself and received it that way. When the tone, and we also talk about this when it comes to humor, when it comes to like reading things, the tone was in fact a joke. The tone was in fact a joke, which means she did not mean any malice behind it.
Right.
So for you to take that in and project your feelings onto a situation where the fact is it was a joke and this was between her fans, she was not even looking at you. She wasn't even talking to you. She even like I, she didn't say Samyra, you're a fat.
Right.
She didn't say any of that. Or like she pointed out a specific fan and said, "Hey, you're fat." She said,
Right.
"Dang, I got some big girls in my community that bought all these 3XLs. Ha ha
Okay.
ha ha ha." Like it's not that
Right.
serious. And I think like one of my friends was saying like, "Oh, I wish celebrities would just get off the internet. They don't talk to us." I too believe that as well. But I also too believe that in this situation, I don't think Cardi was entirely too wrong. I think one of these instances, maybe if you're gonna have community conversations, probably do it in like your Instagram channel or if you have a
Right,
Discord or
right,
something
right,
like where it's a little bit more private where there's always gonna be lurkers. There's always
right.
but I feel like you can get away with more private settings if you're like I don't know, really in your own community talking to them and then you have receipts of everybody saying ha 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 ha, you know. But I don't know, like I think people need to learn fact versus over their feelings a lot of the time. What indeed are you like push away your feelings and think with logic?
Yeah. But I also think like I think there's an issue with people not being able to like identify their feelings well either.
Yeah.
Um, because not liking something and something making you feel uncomfortable feel similar.
Yeah.
Thinking that something is wrong and not liking something also feels very similar. And I
Yeah.
don't think a lot of the time people understand that. But even in the book community, like I saw someone today post about how like, oh, you still read books with AI covers on it. Ew.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do actually, because I understand that black authors can't independent black authors can't always get somebody
Yeah.
to do a cover for them. There's nuance, right? Now,
Yeah.
if it's somebody like Jasmine Ward, right, using AI, yeah, I'm gonna draw the line there, right? Because she's big enough, she has the funds enough. Publishing companies can give her the
Oh
money
yeah.
because the proof is in the
Mm-hmm.
pudding, right? But if
Mm-hmm.
it's an independent author that only has their books on Instagram, I mean on Amazon, they only know like they're getting their footing in here, right? They mostly are I'm gonna give them grace because
Yeah. Yeah, it's
nuance.
just it's simple. It's simply just it is like for me, I am also a purist like a lot of people when it comes to not wanting AI integrated in certain ways, right? But we can always acknowledge, like you said, that AI for people that do not have the funds to really launch their brand and do the things and put out a beautiful, flawless cover that we can all rave about it costs money. I don't think you guys understand. Like, for instance, the designs for my bookmarks, they weren't outrageously insane, but I work with a designer. Like, I give money to a black woman
Yeah,
illustrator intentionally because I would like real art, but that costs money.
right,
Like, it costs money to create and revise and go like
right. The
logos off
systems that they
rip.
use, like all it,
Yeah.
like bro, like it costs money. Same
It
like my
costs.
mom was asking me, she was like, "How come some of these books don't have audiobooks right away? You know how much it costs to get studio time? Do you know
I
how
don't
much it
think,
costs?"
no, people don't think about these things. They don't.
Upwards of like $500 an hour for
And,
studio time. And that's not even including paying the narrator.
and maybe you might get lucky if the narrator's like, I love your work. I might just do it for free. But
Right,
that's
right, right.
very,
That's
very
rare.
rare. It's
They
just
don't, people don't
like
understand. They
I
don't think,
want
they think like these things kind of just manifest in the ether, like on its own. And it's like, nah, it costs
it's
money.
it costs money. And I want y'all to understand the cost of like Adobe Premiere Pro, like not Adobe Premiere, Adobe, the package, the whole nine. You can't just like buy Adobe. Adobe has started doing the subscription shit for like almost, I'd say 10 years at this point. I used to buy it on
Right,
the disc and burn it and be like, I got Photoshop for whatever time. No,
right.
they put you in a subscription. That subscription costs $60 a month.
Oh shit,
Yes. I mean,
bro.
if you're lucky, you have a student pass and you get for like 35,
Right,
25.
right, right,
But it's
right.
like $60 has Illustrator, Photoshop, Lightroom, this, that. That costs money. They need to pay for this. And so they're including $60 a month into their fees on top of their time and labor. I don't know. I think people just they assume this comes out of thin air. I am not a big component of AI art, so let's make that clear. But I am a component of doing what you need to do for the sake
Right.
of getting your art out there, because you got to start somewhere.
Right. You got to start
Everybody starts
somewhere.
somewhere. Yeah.
And y'all expect these authors to be like these independent authors to be perfect or to like whatever. Like even I think about like when I first started like reading urban romance again, right? I was so judgmental before I realized like, oh, I can just have fun when I'm reading. And the reason that I am so hard and so like, oh well, this person needs an editor, right? Like this person needs this, and there were plot holes and blah 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 because I was taught that
Hmm.
that was like urban fiction wasn't real literature, and that's not true. That's
Yeah.
not true. Every book doesn't need to be written by a literary god in order for it to be good. Two
Hmm.
things can be true at once. You can have a good time reading a book and it needs an editor.
Absolutely. I've come across a couple words, and even and honestly, even in books that have been edited by the gods, there's a mess up
Right.
somewhere in there.
There's a mess up somewhere.
Because human, like, you're human. There's always going to be an error. There's always going to, unless, maybe you're perfect AI, who knows? Might be. But there is going to be an error somewhere in there. And I give grace. Like you were talking, like when you were talking about urban fiction, same with me. I was like,
Yeah,
man,
Jess used to be like, Shelby, I am not reading. And now she'd be like, girl,
yeah, I'd be
Capone and
like, hey.
Capizade, this the time, friend. Like we really have to unlearn in all ways. And it's like,
Hmm.
I think that's a lot of the reason why I don't rate books anymore too, because
Yeah,
it's so subjective, right?
it
And the way
is.
that I read is not the same way that somebody else reads. So I'd rather go into detail about the things that were really good or the things that
Hmm.
were really bad that I thought and leave it up to the consumer to go either way,
Yeah,
right? But even when I
same.
posted my review of Blood Slaves, there were so many people that were like, oh, I'm just not going to read it because I trust your opinion. And it's just like, yeah, no, you should still read it on your own.
Hmm.
Even if you put it to the bottom of your TBR, you should still read it because how do we have conversation or how do we grow if we're just taking one person's word for it?
Oh, speaking of blood slaves, I got that on Libby, so I'm gonna
I
listen to
told you
that
it's on Kindle
somewhere.
Unlimited, right?
Yeah, and then immediately, like maybe later on that night, I got it on Libby. Like it popped up. I was like, oh,
Okay.
I'll just listen
You
to
know, the
it.
audiobook isn't bad.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like we live in a society now where either you're right or you're crazy. And
there's no in between. It's
there's no in between. Either you're right or you're crazy. And I want us to get out of that. Like
yeah,
I want us to be free of that demon.
no, immediately. It's really bad.
Like
It's
it's
really
so
bad.
bad.
It's really, and I don't know how, like, other than telling y'all to read or something, I don't know how to fix that. I really don't.
Same. Because it's like I don't know, friend. Like I want us to be more open. I don't know. Like maybe it is having more conversations, having more uncomfortable conversations, right? Because I
Mm-hmm.
think everybody is around people that think similarly to them
Mm-hmm.
and they think that they can't be like obviously I don't want you to be friends with people that have like extreme moral differences than you, but
Yeah.
like it's okay to be for you to let's use reading as an example for you to only read historical fiction or for you to only read classical literature to be friends with someone that only reads urban lit.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay for you to be friends, right? Because there's still like that meeting
Mm-hmm.
ground, right? That middle ground is still there, but they're different enough from you where you can see and hear things differently,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you're exposing yourself to different. Instead of just you only have conversations with your family, you only have friend conversation with people that think the same way that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Or the other thing might be start getting rid of people when you outgrow them. As soon as you outgrow them, get rid of them.
That's easy.
As soon as you outgrow them, get rid of them because y'all are forcing friendships for the sake of companionship and not wanting to grow,
Mm-hmm.
and that's an issue.
Yeah.
They like people used to talk bad about me because they'd be like, "Oh, Shelby will cut you off quick." Yeah, because I can't grow in this space. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
meant to go with me. It's okay. It's no
Yeah.
hard feelings. You're not meant to go with me. As soon as people start, the little slide comments and the whatever, give them the boot.
Yeah. Just gotta you gotta cut out the dead weight, man. But I don't know. Like I don't know how to fix it. I think we came from a society where we had no like I think about from like before like 2000, I would say things started changing around 2015. I feel like there's like was a shift around then,
Mm-hmm.
2015, 2014, somewhere around there. I don't know how we became so widely acceptable to certain things and listening to things to like being so close off to even hearing anything. If you
Right.
see what I'm saying, like it's just like a huge shift. Like, of course, we need to be calling out certain things all the time, racism, all the things, homophobia, blah, blah, blah. But there is now no nuance and there's no nuance. There's no understanding. There's no feelings to
Right.
understand. There's extreme feelings of like, these are my feelings and I'm standing on it and you're going to get canceled. And there's this. And do
Right.
we talk about cancel culture here? Like, cancel culture has shifted into canceling people and not, it used to be where we would educate people, whoever that
Yeah.
is, whoever wanted to now like just canceling people and like making their lives miserable, like
Yeah.
altogether. And now it's just not even productive. It really isn't. I just
Yeah. Cancel culture is not real,
yeah.
especially because I feel like there are a lot of people that just do things for the internet and then they be back at home like, well, can't nobody see me, so I'ma still listen to X, Y, and Z. Or it's like people following a bandwagon. Like, do people actually understand why there are people against AI? Right? Are there like, do we actually understand the things that we're advocating for? And who it actually harms? The same thing that Jess and I talk about with Amazon, right? I would love to be able to completely get rid of using Amazon, right? But I can't because I'm not going to abandon Black authors until they have a sturdy footing of where they can go somewhere else, like Kobo
Hmm.
possibly, or whatever other e-readers are out there, Nook, right, for Barnes and Nobles, until they can go and get the same amount of like the until there is better. I'm going
Hmm.
where they are.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that's hard. I saw somebody today that was like, I don't even miss Kindle Unlimited. Ain't nobody asked you that. Ain't nobody asked you. You just want a cookie. You want to be down.
They just want to say something.
Right.
Hmm. I don't
But
know. Yeah, I think that's where we are in society. There's no we've said this before. No nuance, no nothing, just
no nuance.
screaming into the void.
That's it. Everybody wants to be seen and heard.
Yep.
Well, guys, tell us what you think in the comments.
Yeah.
Are you team Cardi? Are you team Samyra? I'm curious to see who we have. I feel like the league is a team Cardi. I feel like we all a little ghetto. I
Just a
feel
little,
like we all a
just a
little
little.
ratchet.
We all got a little something in us.
Yeah. Well, I saw a video of these girls in a car, and it was a group of friends, and they were either going on their way to like a girls' night out or coming from, and the one was like, "You heifers, you hoes ain't got no decorum. Who raised you, Trina or Michelle Obama?"
Oh my God.
Well, I tell you, the black girls was in the comments like a little of both.
A
Trina
little.
Trina started us, and Michelle Obama
Hmm.
tried. She tried. She got a
She did
few,
try. She
but
did.
not all of us.
I'm so dead. But no, that's where we're at.
That's where we're
We're
at. I proudly representing for the bitches. I
it's like she
listen,
came out
Trina,
of SeaWorld
okay?
singing to the orcas. I don't think the orcas look.
I have no idea. The Orcas is probably like, baby, I'm just glad that y'all remember us. They
I
are
was
glad to march
honestly,
in this number, okay?
I was so shocked this was happening in San Diego. If you know the demographic in San Diego,
Friend, I just knew that was in Miami.
I just knew that should have been at Miami Seaquarium, and they need
I
to be
just
shut down.
knew.
They need to be. They need Miami Seaquarium. Been need to be shut down. Been
I
it,
just knew that was in the state of Florida.
it had to be
The Yin
Orlando.
Yang twins.
Yeah, it just made sense. But no, that was
I
in
don't know.
San
If I went
Diego.
somewhere and the Yin Yang twins was, I'd be, never
Waka
mind.
Flocka was there the other week too.
I wonder if he has come to terms with, never mind. Anyway, if
Yeah,
you,
yeah. Let's move on.
oh, because Dominique Morgan said that his mama has the spirit of a bull dagger in her. And I
She
have
does.
not been
She
able to
does.
unsee or unhear that. But anyway, thank you
Yeah.
for listening to our podcast. If you would like to contact us to ask us questions or to have us talk about something in pop culture as it relates to literature, you can email us at the League of Readers pod.com. No, the League of Readers pod at gmail.com.
.com.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be a guest or whatever, email us there. Okay. You can
Mm-hmm.
follow us on the rest of the internet at the League of Readers, Instagram, threads, and our personal info is in there too. And we will see you, hear you, talk to you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.